Welcome to Liminal Lent on this whatever day it is right now. We're in a squishy time, right? Of transition. Lent is long, and we're not even halfway through yet. But today's text comes after the water has been taken from the rock and the complaints, and now chapter 18, verses 13 to 23, talk about the reality of community a little bit, that there are complaints and there is a need for a mediation and judgments even between different citizens of Israel, even in the middle of the wilderness. Sometimes people need help working through their problems. Go figure, right? I'd say we need help working through our problems, and sometimes we get to a point where we are open to receive it. And then I pray and hope that it's the right help that we get. But today, Moses is judging serving as a judge for the people, and he's doing it from morning to evening. His father-in-law Jethro sees this and says, "You're going to burn out. This isn't good what you're doing. Why? You need to delegate. You need to train other people in the expectations and the law of what's happening." And this is before the Ten Commandments. Isn't that curious? This is too heavy for you to do alone. You can't do all the judgment. Let others do it. So, few things. Who do you take advice from well? And who do you not take advice from well? And how do we give advice to people that we love and who need it in a way that just won't shut it all down and get all of their insecurities, defense mechanisms, all the stuff kind of riled up? We don't necessarily like getting suggestions from outside, even when it's so painfully obvious that we are drowning and we need help. And maybe in the liminal times of life, we want to believe that we can just keep swimming like Dory, right? Going forward, but she too forgets who she is half the time. We do need to keep swimming, but part of the way to keep swimming is to ask and receive help, to train others to do what you will do. And maybe they won't make the same judgment you did. Isn't that a hard thing? Like training somebody to do the judgment or do the role that you've always done, and then they do something differently. Letting go and trusting that you're not alone in something, that others can also do it, is such a humbling and grieving time at points of feeling your worth and the necessity of your presence. And yet we are not called to do it alone. So think about the times when you've needed to give advice. I'm not saying fix things, I'm saying advice, or when you received advice. I think there's a difference between advice and fixing. And I know that neither one of them are very easy. But neither is burnout. Neither is trying to carry the cares of the world on your shoulders, especially when everything is in flux. How many of us in these last few years have tried to carry it all, do all the things, adapt to everything, be every person to the people in our lives because our world has gotten so small? But we are called at times to kind of pull up that white flag and say, I just need help. So know that you are seen and you are known and you are loved, and that this is too heavy for us to do alone. And thankfully, we don't have to. Our God provides us with a community, or even just laughter and joy to give perspective to the heaviness. So thanks be to God for delegation, for community, even for somebody noticing that we are floundering a little bit, and to see that as love. I know it's not always love. Sometimes not always well communicated love, but love and appreciation and care. Maybe not wrapped up beautifully, but you're being noticed. You're being seen. Hard, but freeing as well. Thanks be to God. Amen.